Hey everyone, welcome to the FamJam team call. It is April 22nd, 2020. I don't even know what year it is. And I'm really excited tonight because we are just going to dive in and do a little bit of a breakdown from the virtual super weekend. I feel like we got a lot of information and everyone kind of went, what do I do with all of this? So I really want to we'll go through everything that there is because there's a lot of new announcements and I want to make sure that you guys know about all of them. And then of course, just kind of breaking down a bit of a strategy on how you implement that and how you get that out to everybody. But before I do that, we are going to kick the call off with recognition, and I'll just throw it over to Shorty because everyone waits for you anyways.
I totally was going to keep my mouth shut that time and wait for somebody else. And it probably would have been Kaylee or Shaw. But since you kicked it over to me, I'll just go. Okay, so she's not on the call because she has kid stuff. But I wanted to give the biggest, massivest shout out to Kiara, who hit Success Starter today. So if you're new and you don't know what Success Starter is, what that means is that she hit at least Success Club 5 in her first 3 months of coaching. And it can be the first 3 out of your first 6, like any 3 months in your first 6 months of coaching will get you Success Starter. So she actually went 1, 2, 3. She just wanted to get it out of the way. So that is huge. It is going to unlock a lot of opportunities for her, and she's earned her free ticket to Summit. So I'm hoping that it happens next year. It would have been cool for her to be in New Orleans this year with us, but she's earned her free ticket to Summit. So I am super proud of her. She really wanted it and she really pushed for it. So I wanted to give her just a massive shout out for that. I also wanted to give a huge shout out. I'm so glad she's on the call tonight, to Ashley, who signed a working coach. She hustled hard this month and it really reflected, and I'm so proud of her because I know that this was huge. And her new coach, if she watches this after, Janine, I'll let Ash talk about her, but her story could make you cry. So I am so proud of Ashley for reaching out to her and giving her this opportunity because I know that it's meant a lot to her. So yay, Ashley. I'm so proud of you. I wanted to congratulate Emily. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Wave. There you are. Emily, for signing her first people with Challenge Pack. So Emily had to do a little bit of a later start because we were worried about the CERB benefit. But as soon as she found out, literally as soon as she found out that she was able to start working the business, it was pedal to the metal. And not only is she enrolled people, but she's doing free online workouts with people, inviting them to do them with her. She's in her stories it's so exciting. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a shout out, Emily, because that's awesome. And Molicia, I wanted to shout you out because you are rocking not only your stories, but your posts. I know they're super uncomfortable for you, but you've just been I'm just going to go for it. And it's been amazing. So just keep doing that because if no one's following Molicia, follow her because her stories are amazing and her posts are really, really good. They're genuine, they're thought out, they're relatable. So yeah, congrats, because that's really hard for a lot of people. So I'm just so proud that you are just whatever, I'm just going to just own this. And that's awesome because it's so hard. So yay, so proud. I think that's everybody. Oh, she's not on this call, but Christina. I wanted to shout out Christina because Christina this month actually kind of stepped outside her comfort zone and started to post about the coaching opportunity, which again is another thing that's super hard for people. So I'm really proud of her for just kind of diving in and doing that. She has somebody that wants the coach opportunity call already, and she's rocking 654 PV already this month. So yeah, I'm super proud of her. She's rocking her own accountability group, and I think she has 30 women in there. So super proud of her. So I just wanted to shout her out too. Okay, now I'm done.
Anyone else with recognition for their team?
I have one.
Perfect.
I don't think she's here. No, Brittany. So Brittany lives in PEI, which is kind of interesting. her and I knew each other years ago and kind of reconnected with this. And she reached out to me a while ago to say, hey, how do you like coaching? So she joined coaching with me, and she just hit Emerald last week. So yay! She's doing awesome, and she's she's just diving in. She's having some great conversations, and I think she's just doing a really, really good job. So I'm super proud of her.
That's incredible. So for those of you that don't know, Emerald is one coach on your right, one coach on your left.
Yeah.
Very first step to unlocking so much in the compensation plan with the business. So that is huge. Awesome, Amy. And that helps Amy get one step closer to Diamond as well. So it really is a team effort with all of this. Anyone else?
I am going to shout Janine out. She's not on the call, but Janine and I have known each other for a really long time, and she's always kind of been a warrior. Her story goes long prior to her most recent struggles, but she was diagnosed with MS about 7 or 6 years ago, and she, at first, obviously, she allowed it to kind of take over and cripple her. And then one day she woke up and was just like, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. And she worked really hard to lose weight. And then she kind of got to a point where she plateaued again. And she was always reaching out to me and kind of leery. And then actually her cousin joined through another coach in our group. So I texted her right away and I said, okay, your cousin joined. You need to like jump on with us. So she did, and then she signed up just like for a BOD, and then she got some shakes, and then like just a sample shake, and then she started posting all these things all over social media, and I was like, okay, really? Like, so I had a call with Tara because I wanted to just kind of like run things by her, and she was like, yeah, you know. So I reached out to Jeannie, and she was like right on it and so excited, and she's signed already, I think, 3 people. So yeah, so it's been pretty awesome. Like, I'm pretty proud of her because she totally just took it and ran with it, and like she was already doing what a coach does. It was just so unbelievable. So I was like, hey, that's it, you got to do it. And she's she's doing really well. So I wanted to shout out to her. I don't think she can make it on. She's been kind of having a few rough days, not skipping her workouts and her posts though, so proud of her for that. And yeah, that's all.
That's incredible. What a beautiful story.
I have 2.
Yeah, go for it.
Excuse my children and my screaming husband in the background. It's lovely over here these days. All right. First, Amy Lauder hit Emerald again after losing it briefly. Josh, shut up for like a second. Okay. Amy lost her Emerald, got it back. This is going to be a disaster. We've been screaming at each other. Okay. And then Teresa, she was on here. Teresa has kind of disappeared. She was having a problem with the link. I don't know where she went. Maybe she's on another screen. But anyways, Teresa Westrick signed her up last week as the coach, and she has been doing nothing but kicking ass and taking names. Her posts, her motivation, her questions just are completely like throwing me for a loop, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm loving it. I am so excited. My team is growing. Ah! That's all I have to say. Also, shout out to Kaylee. Kaylee, thanks for letting me be a part of your free group. I'm loving it. You guys are fun.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm done. Everyone's yelling over here.
I love that you said, I apologize for my kids and my screaming husband. Not my screaming kids, but my screaming husband.
No.
That's the
Always
best. Too funny. Okay, anyone else?
Kaylee, are you gonna go? Are you waiting for me? What are we doing?
You got away with it.
All right.
And then apologize for your
He was here to help shout out because our team's doing amazing. First of all, want to shout out Tanya. I don't know if you're, yeah, there she is. She is officially Emerald, so that's amazing. So I'm pretty excited for that because I know that she's going to do huge things. Alicia Beamish, I don't know if you're on here, but I know you'll watch after. There she is, as I said, that SC6. Yes, Alicia, you're killing it. Obviously, Kaylee, SC8 on Rob's account. So Kaylee right now is Diamond, and she and I have tried to make it to 1-star before. Didn't work out for us in December, but we are officially in week 2, and she is a big part of that. So thank you so much in regards to that. So thank you. And now that Rob's account is so close, she's going to be 1-star, probably at the same time qualifying as me. So that's pretty amazing. And then a huge shout out to everyone that's taking part in that free group. It is absolutely amazing. It's so great. All the coaches out of Team Deport and Meltdown Moms are just like, everyone is just stepping up, and Patricia, you're a huge part of that. So we appreciate all you're involved in that. And it's great that we have a community where we can all kind of go everywhere and just help each other out and help our coaches grow and their coaches grow, and like just like really just change lives together. So pretty not on here, but she'll be joining us, and I know that Emerald is literally knocking on her door right now. So yeah, shout out to all of y'all.
Nobody talk, because you know I'm coming next. So fun. Well, I got to shout out Chelsea, Jody, Ashley, Sabrina, Shaw, Patricia, everybody that's in that. Oh, do you hear how bad it is in the background right now? Dad just got home, so it's like extra big. I was like, please. So they're all just working so hard. I'm appreciating all that work so much. We should be mentioned there. It's so terrible in the background. I can't show that to anyone. All good in the hood. Everyone's working their tails off and really supporting me. And the Success Club chat has been, or the Success chat we have privately going on has been rocking my world. So big thank you to everybody in that chat contributing, and a big shout out to Shailene and Tara for helping me these last few weeks. And of course, Chantal, always teaching me all the good sales things. It's a nightmare here, sorry.
We're all in it together. We are all in it together. You're like, I'm so sorry. And we're all just like nodding our heads. We're like, we get it. It's totally fine. I am so like, I'm staring at the screen right now, and I'm just like, look at all of your beautiful faces. I'm just so proud of all of you guys. And we literally are exploding right now. This entire team is exploding. So I am so proud of all of you guys for everything that you've been doing and really trying to move your business forward and help other people to do the exact same thing. It's definitely not an easy time for any of us. And I am just so proud of each and every one of you. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has, I could list everyone, but I'm going to wait till the end of the month for Success Club points. We have so many people on the board. Just so you guys know, Success Club, you earn 2 points every time you sell a challenge pack and you help someone get started on their own wellness journey. And we have a lot of people who are sitting at Success Club 2 or Success Club 4. Success Club 5 is like the minimum for the month. Like, go for 5. So if you're sitting at 4, there's still so much time left in this month. Don't think that you have already, like, you've lost it. There's not enough time. Keep going. There's lots of time left to get to that Success Club 5. And if you've surpassed that and you're sitting at Success Club 6 or 8, go for 10. You know, go for the 5 or the 10 marker and have those as like your benchmarks every month. So massive shout out to that. I want to give a huge shout out to Nicole and Jordan, Sarah and Crystal, all of our new coaches who are really putting themselves out there on social media and just stepping into their own as coaches. All of you guys are doing such a great job. And I feel like our April coach chat has been such a great place for you guys to be able to feel safe and be able to feel like you can ask those questions and get that going. So know that a May coach chat is opening up as well. So we will have all of the new coaches from now moving forward. A couple of people are in there already, but if you have anyone who is joining your team, there's a May coach chat that we will put them in. And I really think that it helps the new coaches to thrive, knowing that they're alongside other new coaches as well and not just thrown to our big massive chat together. That can be a little bit intimidating sometimes. So okay, and then I definitely have to shout out our 3 top PV earners for the month so far. Numbers are kind of ridiculous, and by kind of I mean really ridiculous, but super cool. So PV is associated with anything that someone purchases from you or your own purchases. You have a PV associated with that. And Shorty is sitting right now at 1,760 PV in her business. Massive shout out to you. That is huge. Trish sitting at 774 PV in your business so far this month. Massive. And also McMurder sitting at 384 PV. You guys are the top 3 PV earners so far. So massive congrats to you guys. That's big. Those are big numbers. Which means that there's just a lot happening. So 17 minutes for recognition, you guys. That was insane. I'm going to move this into, unless anyone has anything else, I feel like we're good. I should also say, yes, the hair is always perfect. I just want to point out that Shorty did have recognition for the Success Starter, and we talked briefly about Success Starter and what that means. Also know that when you help someone achieve Success Starter last week, we talked about all those points. That means that Shorty just got 25 leadership points to help her on ranking within the company. So she was already top 100, another 25 points onto that this month. I like pretty positive that's going to bump her up even further in the Canadian rankings. So huge shout out for that. That's massive. And I know you have more points coming because your coaches are hitting Success Club as well. So all of that helps. It is like up and down. Everybody helps everybody. So just wanted to point that out. Okay. Moving on, virtual weekend. If you guys were at virtual weekend, just drop in the chat saying, yes, you were there. If you weren't, please say no, because I would love to know kind of where everybody's at. If you saw that video recording or if not, there was a ton of new information that was released. Okay, some people yes, some people no. There was a ton of new information that was released, and I think sometimes with these super weekends, or especially with Summit, you need a debrief. And I didn't do this in the first couple of virtual weekends that it wasn't a virtual weekend. It was a live weekend, super weekend that I went to. I didn't have that debrief, and I left feeling like I don't know what to do with this information. It just felt like too much. And I just basically went online and was like, oh my gosh, look at all the new stuff. This is so exciting. And I just threw everything at everyone with zero plan. So I wanted to make sure, one, that you guys are aware of what is actually coming down the pipeline. And there's some really cool announcements. And two, let's talk a little bit about strategy and what that looks like in terms of your business and the dates that some of the stuff is actually being released. So I want to first and foremost just share my screen. Can you guys see that okay? Okay, so this is our FamJam Empire team page on Facebook. What I have done on the left-hand side, you will come to the page. When you search the page, you come to the main page. This is just where the discussion happens. By the way, go watch this live if you haven't watched it. Danielle, you rocked it. Thank you so much for that. I need to go buy that book. On the left-hand side, there is a unit section. So if you click on the unit section, I added everything from the April Super Weekend announcements into a unit. So unit number 2, all of the announcements are here. If you guys need to reference any of this, it is literally right at your fingertips. So I'm going to dive into a couple of things that are coming out. We'll just go through each one of them individually. BOD groups, if you haven't watched this training, I really encourage you to watch this training. This is on the new BOD groups. As of Monday, my challenge tracker app is moving over to what is called BOD groups. So if you're using my challenge tracker app, it is automatically shifting over to BOD groups. And BOD groups is the new feature that Beachbody is moving forward with. And I did a training today on it with the Diamond and Above leaders. And we really talked about strategy and how we're going to implement this. And we're not switching all of our stuff over right away. I do see within the year a lot of our groups moving over into BOD groups. But as of right now, we're keeping FamJam Wellness. So if you have people in there, don't think that this is all like just falling apart, everything's going to bod groups. We will have a slow transition when that ever happens. We haven't made a full decision yet. I really feel like we need to test out bod groups a little bit before we decide to just like go all in with it, and see how it's serving our clients and how it's serving you as a coach. I am extremely hopeful for everything that it says it's going to be. It sounds absolutely incredible. I'll leave you guys to do the training on this. And when it comes to it, we'll probably do a more in-depth call based on bod groups. But I really feel like in terms of integrating it with being able to send share cards, being able to connect with your clients, invite them to groups, it is supposed to be a lot more seamless than how we are really dealing with things right now. So a couple of like really, really cool things are going to come down the pipeline with that. We have our 10 rounds group right now that is in my challenge tracker app. So if you're a part of that, you will get a firsthand sneak peek as to what bod groups looks like. But I am going to be probably going live in the Fame Jam Empire team page about bod groups, because there is actually some incentives for running your own bod group starting this month from Carl. He has actually a competition that everyone can be a part of, but you have to have your own bod group. So I'll go live and really explain that and break that down once I fully understand the whole point system that goes along with that as well, because it was just released today. So I'm going to break that down for you guys. But this is bod groups. Please go make sure that you watch this training, you understand how to use it. I truly feel like this is the future of what we will be using for a platform to support our clients as coaches. And when clients log in, they're going to be able to see you as a coach and what groups you have. I think naturally people are just going to start asking, hey, what bod group do you have open? Because it's going to be very visible to our clients. Whereas right now, my Challenge Tracker app isn't as visible. So they don't really know if you're on Challenge Tracker app or Facebook. Okay. So that's kind of where that's going. If you guys have questions on this, please just drop it in the chat. And I will try and answer it as we go. There's the actual live stream of the virtual workout if you need it. The really exciting announcement, a couple announcements about Energize. The first one being Fruit Punch is available in UK. So it hasn't been available in the UK up until now. If you have anybody in the UK or you're talking to anybody, May 27th, it will be launched. Another really awesome announcement was Mixed Berry, brand new flavor of Energize, is coming out in May. So May 18th. This is probably one of the first products that I'm really going to start to talk about on my social media. Jer, myself, and Shorty all tried this when we were in LA for New Leaders Conference. It tastes really good. It's really, really, it's probably going to be my new favorite. So what I would do is I would encourage you guys to, one, purchase it yourself and get a feel for, like, you have to know what it tastes like in order to be able to tell people the difference between the three. So once it launches, the first thing that I would do is I would purchase a pack. But really what I'm going to be doing is, and for the most part, we're all talking about Energize anyways through our stories. So really just start to like drip, like I have some really exciting news coming up about my morning, whatever you call it. If you call it, some people call it mom crack. Some people are calling it mama juice. Some people just call it Energize. Some people just say pre-workout, whatever it is that you're saying. I've got some really exciting news coming out. We have a new flavor that's coming out. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Really just start to like drip out that information that something new is coming to do with your Energize. And you can start talking about the benefits of Energize. What is in it? It is green tea extract. Like, start talking about some of the stuff that's in it as well. And if you're not sharing it on your stories, this is the perfect time to start talking about it on your stories. I want to make sure I have the chat up here so that I can see any questions. Thank you, Shorty. If you got the chat, that'd be perfect. So I am going to continue on here. If you guys have questions about that, let me know. It is available US, Canada, not going to be available in the UK. Again, in the tubs and the stick option as well. So this is super exciting. Bevy is a new product that I have not tried. I have heard great things about it, but I haven't tried it yet. So this one here, again, I have linked where you can see the FAQ number. So you can go in and you can really like learn a lot more about this product specifically and what exactly all of these are. But it is a tea supplement, and this is supposed to help with healthy weight loss and to curb cravings. So this one's coming in July. This one I'm not going to talk about this on my social media stories at all until like June, end of June. I don't like giving too much away right away. I'll probably drop this into my challenge groups to get them excited about it, because I feel like challenge groups are a little bit different. They kind of understand what it is that we're talking about and where we get everything from. But when it comes down to actually promoting this on your stories, if we are just dropping all of this stuff randomly, people are going to get confused as to what it is you're actually talking about. So for me, I try and not have any more than like a 3-week window where I'm really promoting something new. And this is all part of, like, you can get on and talk about, we were just on a call, you know, we got the inside scoop of some really incredible products that are coming out over the next quarter. Stay tuned. We've got great information coming for you guys. Drop hints, but don't drop exactly what it is. Just get people curious as to what you're doing. Make them want to come back and watch more when you're talking on your stories. So that is kind of my plan and what I'm looking to do when it comes to this new product being launched.
And sorry, that's only available, I think, in the States in July. So we don't
This
have
one
a
is,
release date yet.
yeah. So, and that's the other part of it. Canada, they're just going through a couple like health checklist things. So it totally depends on when it comes out. But for sure in the States, I promote to the States because I have a big following in the States on my Instagram. So if you don't have a big following outside of Canada, this is a great point. Make sure that you are very clear as to when it is launched and in what countries. Same with even like the Energize, right? Because it is only US and Canada. So if you have a following from the UK, just make sure that you guys are identifying that for your clients. Thank you, Shorty. That's a good point. Okay, this one I'm super excited for. Just announced a brand new workout program. I am like out of my chair excited for this program. You guys, we have had so many program launches, and we will continue to see program launches pretty much every quarter, if not like at least 2 programs a year. But right now we're seeing them almost every quarter, a new program coming. The cool thing about this is you constantly have something to talk about, and you are always in like the brand new trend of fitness, really is what's happening. And it gives us so much to offer with our clients. What I love about this one, it is a 3-week program. So if you go into here, it says FAQ 2090, you can go and learn a lot more about the MBF. It is called MBF. Muscle Burns Fat. You can learn more about this program and just get to know it inside and out. This is launching in July. This program I am not talking about on my social media yet, because for me, I'm still promoting a May group. I need to focus on what I can sell right now, not what's coming in July. I'm promoting this in my challenge group 100% because I want to get people super excited for what's to come. But really for me, I'm talking about what I can sell right now. April to July, I have so much time. I don't want to be talking about it too much on my stories just yet. Again, drop those hints. Like, get in on this now with me because I have an incredible program coming in the summer that you don't want to miss out on. Like, start now. Drop that hint. Get people super excited for it. This is a 3-week program. This is, for me, I feel like the new 21-day fix. And the 21-day fix is like, it is a name that people know, but because people know it, they're like, oh, I have the 21-day fix DVDs. And you're like, you know, it's like, okay, great. It's been revamped. And sometimes that just doesn't help. So with this, it is a 3-week program that I feel like will really help people to start strong. And it is a perfect intro program. After they do the first 3 weeks, they can move right into MBFA, which is the advanced 3-week program. So it's back-to-back 6 weeks, perfect start for people. We haven't had a program that has been just 3 weeks. They've all been 100 days. We've had 6 weeks. Everything has been a little bit longer. So I love that this is a really good quick start program. I'm just going to keep in the chat. Are we good in the chat? Yeah, perfect. I'm really excited for this one, you guys. I really think that it's coming out with ropeless rope. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds pretty cool and I'm here for it. I am down. So we will for sure have a full training on exactly what this is. We will have all of the information. We will have stories. We will have a challenge group guide. We will have post ideas. literally everything you need in order to promote this, and having like a coach toolkit. You guys will have access to all of that as we get closer to that kickoff date in July. We'll also have a marketing plan for you guys too as to what groups it is that we're running, so you can align your own groups if you want to with the same dates. Okay, I'm going to go back up to that one in a second. Brand new seasonal flavor that has been announced, salted caramel Shakeology. I think this is probably the one I've been most excited about in terms of a flavor for Shakeology. And the reason is because it's just such a popular flavor that I honestly feel like I'm not going to get all the questions of like, what are the ingredients for this shake? Like, they're going to see salted caramel and be like, yep, that's the one I want. So I'm really excited for this one. Again, this is launching in US and Canada. While supplies last, it is available in June. So I'll likely start talking about this closer to like May. I will for sure be posting this in the challenge groups, talking about it in the challenge groups, getting them excited for new flavors that are coming up. Start promoting different things to do with salted caramel. If you can find recipes, any other recipes to do with salted caramel, tie it in with the theme of like what salted caramel is for you. I know people go to Starbucks and they're buying those drinks all the time. You can talk about the benefits of having this as opposed to the Starbucks drink, the cost savings because this is cheaper than the Starbucks drink. Like, there's so many things that we can speak to. And it really is something that we can promote all over social media. But again, this one isn't until the end of June. So this is going to be something that is going to be promoted out a little bit later and moving into May. I mean, the good news with all of this stuff is that nothing is happening right now. So no need to like stress about getting this out right now. I did want to share too that the March stats, I posted this little graphic. Feel free to use this graphic. If you guys want to put this graphic up on your social media in your stories, you totally can. If you want to share it in your Facebook groups, your free group, that again, you can totally do that as well. Or if you just want to speak to the points, like write down the numbers and do a video story and speak to the points about how incredible this opportunity is and the platform and the offerings that we have and how they're serving so many people right now. 440,000 new subscribers in 1 month is insane. It is a new BOD record to have 795,000 workouts streamed in 1 day. That just seems ridiculous to me. 40,000 challenge packs were already sold in April, and there was 45,000 challenge packs sold in the entire month of March. That was as of Saturday. So guaranteed this number is going to go through the roof. To me, what this is telling me is that people need what we have. They need the offerings that we have. And we can obviously see that because our team is blowing up right now too, especially with all the recognition we just heard at the beginning of this call. Again, at the bottom, 1,000 new coaches on average per day. That includes discount coaches and new coaches starting a business. 18 million workouts streamed in 1 month and 92 new diamonds last week. The average is 45. We're almost doubling the amount of diamonds right now, which is insanely cool. And you guys are going to be a part of all these stats as well. Okay, so that's it. I just want to make sure you guys know in the unit section, that's where you can find everything. In terms of how you can really implement this in your stories, nothing is coming out right now. So there's no rush. There's no overwhelm. There's no feeling of like, I'm behind. I don't know how to do this. As we roll everything out, we will always have images, toolkits, story templates. Like, we put everything in FamJam for you guys to be able to use that stuff and then be able to speak to it on your stories. So know that you're not behind. Don't feel like you have to rush out and learn absolutely everything about all of this. Take it by pieces. And if you have questions on it, just comment on the actual announcement in FamJam Empire. Just comment below. And then we can start conversations based on each product that way. We will have a full marketing plan though that is broken down by month. So you guys will actually see when all the releases are coming and when we can start talking about them. I'll like back it up like 3 weeks to be like, okay, start sprinkling in how we talk about each of these products. Those are all the products. I'm super excited for them. I want to open it up though to you guys. Do you have questions specifically about the products or about implementing any of these? I'm just reading some of the comments here. You guys are hilarious. Does anybody have any questions though?
I have a quick question. Is Bevy like an actual beverage type of thing that's popular like in the beverage industry, or is that like a made up name that Beachbody created? I just wasn't I've never heard of it, so I wasn't sure if I say Bevy, people know like it's like an actual tea supplement.
I feel like it's a made up name. I feel like it's a product name. Like, I don't think it's an actual thing that they've just implemented into their business style. I've never heard of it anyways. Yeah. And that's the other thing, right? And it's a good point. If you just start saying bevies are coming out, people are going to be like, what are you talking about? So speak to what it is, that it is a tea, right? That people can actually be consuming. Salted caramel Baileys. There we go. Any other questions, you guys?
I don't have a question, but Danielle, just on the bod groups, there was an email that came out. So for anybody, if it's not appearing, so it comes out on the 26th, if it's not appearing on your app, your Beachbody On Demand app, they're saying to update it manually. So you just have to update it manually through the iOS app or Google Store or whatever your app is for, I don't know.
Based on what it is, what phone you have.
Technical. I need Landon for that stuff. But yeah, I was just reading the email while Shalene was talking, so I wasn't paying attention.
Do you guys have a current My Challenge Tracker group going on right now?
Yeah, so it'll migrate automatically. So we'll be able to go in on that's what it says here. We'll be able to go in on the 26th, and we'll be able to open up the BOD app and see everything in there already.
So are you guys already preparing your clients for that merge, or just kind of like letting it automatically go?
I haven't yet, but we probably should.
I've been like dropping hints a little bit, like letting people know, especially like my new people that I just plugged in. I'm like, hey, perfect time, just let you know this is going to switch over.
Yeah, because
I wasn't sure.
If you try and get into the Challenge Tracker app, it's not going to work, but it's supposed to redirect you right to BOD groups. So it'll like take you there and say, go here.
Gotcha.
If all goes well.
That is my only fear is Monday there might be a few glitches just having things kind of switch over. So for those of you that maybe don't know what we're talking about, right now there's two ways that we house challenge groups. One is on My Challenge Tracker app and one is on Facebook. So if you're in My Challenge Tracker app, it's no longer as of Monday. It is completely just being dismantled, but everything is being integrated into the Beachbody On Demand app. So this is why I love BOD groups, is because our clients can go to one place for everything to do with everything that we offer. One place, they can purchase anything new that they want. They can check in with their workouts. They can log their nutrition. They get access to our group, and it's all within the same app. So that feature is really cool. But yes, it is all being dismantled in My Challenge Tracker. And we'll see how it goes.
Sorry.
Yep. Go ahead, Emily.
I got a question too.
Someone else talking? I'm not sure.
Go ahead, Emily. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry. I think you might have just said it that in BOD groups, there's going to be a section where people can track their own personal workout. One of my participants today said that like on his Beachbody On Demand, he wanted to know if he could like log what workouts he's already done and kind of type a little comment about what he felt about that one, so he knows whether to come back to it or not. Do you think that option's available on BOD groups?
Yeah, so on BOD groups now, they'll be able to track all of their workouts and their nutrition as well. And it's really neat because you can pull up a calendar and it'll show you even for your month what it is that you did. And it's fully integrated with your account. So as soon as you're done your workout, you actually have the option to track your workout. Like it pops up to say like, track this workout, and you just click on yes, and it tracks exactly what you've done. So that will be an offering for your client as of Monday. You just need to have a group open. So we can chat with you about what that looks like, because we're going to talk on Saturday too, right?
Yeah, for sure. But does that mean he has to still be a part of a challenge group?
Honestly, I don't know for BOD groups. I feel like yes. But I'm not sure because I haven't seen that scenario play out with the new platform being released.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. We're going to have a lot of this come up. So as these questions come up, just reach out because we are all learning this together. Trish?
I'm scared.
You're scared of what?
Well, okay, so with like, I don't know, it was probably like a year ago where we went over to that other app and tried to like work that, and it was a bit of a mess. So then we all just decided to come back Facebook. Like, I don't know.
So,
I like Facebook. I don't like change.
and this is the thing,
Okay.
bod groups, you're kind of like a
Oh,
robot.
I'm excited. What's the difference? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm so confused.
Okay. You're kind of like a robot, so I think I got all of that. But the difference between the two, and so some of you might know, we have our group on Facebook is where we house FamGym Wellness, our regular challenge group. And last year we did try and make a switch over to my challenge tracker app, and we ended up switching back to Facebook. One, I wasn't very familiar with my challenge tracker app, and I felt kind of uncomfortable with it. I have to say, leading it felt a little bit uncomfortable. And I think a lot of us just felt the change. It's change, it's new, and a lot of us just don't like that. We like how it was working, and it was working well on Facebook, and it was like, why change it? So we switched back over to Facebook, but I think a lot of the difference that we're going to see this time is that we had our clients kind of going everywhere, and they had to go into Beachbody On Demand, then they had to go into my challenge tracker app. Like, it was two different places that people are having to check in, on top of us having this Facebook group as like a backup. Like, we never closed it out. And so I feel like it just kind of confused people, and we really separated everyone, and they didn't know where to go or what to do. So a lot of people just kind of stopped tracking, and Trish is laughing because that's like literally how it kind of went down. And I think we just didn't think it through well enough to integrate that into how we offer things to our clients. This round, we have 10 rounds only in my challenge tracker app. So that's going to switch over to bod groups. Everyone else is going to stay in Facebook for now. And we're just going to leave everyone there, and they are going to, everything is like, it's happy, it works, and we're just going to leave everyone there for now. And right now I'm looking at running focused program groups on bod groups. So we have 10 rounds that is happening now. We're going to kick off 10 rounds again. May 12th is the next date that I'm going to promote a challenge group for 10 rounds, and I'm going to run it in bod groups. And then again, every month, I will likely have a program specific group that happens in bod groups. And then I'm still going to have my offering on Facebook for my overarching community. And that's like anyone doing whatever program. So after they're done 10 rounds, they want to do 80-day obsession, go on over to Facebook if they want to. I don't know what that future holds or what that looks like. I may end up having an overarching group in bod groups, and everyone just kind of integrates into the overarching group in bod groups at some point. But for now, I really just want to make sure that it's not overcomplicated for people. And I only am doing my 10 rounds in bod groups, and then I'm having everyone else stay in Facebook. So for you, what I would suggest, if you don't have bod groups, that I would start one, but program specific. Start promoting that. There's lots of time now. We're on Wednesday. If you started promoting it for May 4th or May 12th, you have lots of time to get one started. You can get everybody integrated into bod groups, get them used to that platform, and you can kick off your own group, but it is program specific and it keeps it simple. But all your other clients stay where they are if you have them in a Facebook group. I think that confusion and the nightmare that would be to switch everyone over as of Monday to bod groups, like never in a million years would I ever want to do that. So for us, it is program specific and then having Facebook as an offering. There's so much difference between the two. I truly feel like bod groups is going to help us as coaches be able to provide so much more for our clients. We're going to have such a better pulse check on what it is that our clients are doing, because we're going to be able to see what workouts they're doing. We're going to be able to see how much that they're checking in. We have a platform that we can message all of them with one click of a button. Right now, I'm following up with people in Messenger, and it's individual. Well, after 2 years of having clients sign up with you, that almost becomes impossible for me to be checking in with my clients and building my business at the same time. And I go into maintenance mode and then I can't move my business forward. So for me, I feel like the transfer into bod groups is going to be something that makes it more simple for me. It's going to make it more simple for new coaches who come on board because they don't have to learn Facebook groups. They don't have to have that intimidation of going live on Facebook if they don't want to. It will be everything that is housed in one app, super simple. The back office is being integrated with bod groups as well. So if you haven't watched the training on bod groups, I highly recommend you go and watch that. It will answer a ton of questions, but Share a Cart is going to be integrated into it. You are going to be able to invite people to your groups so much simpler than what it is now, having to go in, look up their email, enter their email into my challenge tracker app, send them the invite, or you're moving someone over from Instagram. You have to find them on Facebook, make sure it's the right person. If they don't have a Facebook account, now you're asking them to create a Facebook account to get into like, there's so many things right now that I feel like are just all over the place and we're kind of bouncing people back and forth. Whereas bod groups just kind of collectively pulls everyone together in one place, in one spot. I know for us, it's going to be a learning curve, but for our newer coaches, it'll just be the way it is. They really probably won't know a whole lot different coming in about even like 6 months from now. A lot of our newer coaches in 6 months from now, that's just really going to be the way that it is. And they're not going to have this massive learning curve, which is helpful for them. But it's our job right now to just kind of like understand it a little bit more and to test it out. Give it a go. Try one group, see how it feels, even if it's only like 5 people. I'm gonna go into
my new coach over here is saying super simple, no problems. I'm like, look at you. I'm over here sweating my ass off. That's fun.
You've got this, and we will help you. I promise.
I was literally just gonna say that because
I'm sweating.
We have like such an amazing community, but this is where like I feel you on so many levels, Shalene, because like Kaylee and I have we have such a great community, but now we're overwhelmed and we're like, how are we going to find new outlets? So this is a new outlet for us to help us have less workload. Am I scared? I'm scared because I'm worried about community and stuff like that. So I like the program specific idea. And that's how we're going to generate it. But something else that you said is like a really good time to capitalize on less workload for us as coaches, for our new coaches, is to really start implementing the habits of them using that, because I promise you, for your new coaches, it'll be so much easier for them to do their power hours and like actually grow their business. So like I'm going to definitely work on that too. So if anyone has pointers along the way, like feel free to reach out, because I have major anxiety about this transition, but I'm going to do it because, like, you know what I mean, slowly but surely. So just wanted to touch on that topic.
And if it will help, I mean, I don't mind doing a full like training call, even just with us, on like how you set up a group, walk it through. You know, like if you guys see a lot of head nods, like yes. So maybe I'll even offer that as like an additional offering. And if you guys want to jump on that, we can have that to kind of walk you guys through. I'll just say, Shorty and I have been running we have two 10 rounds groups now. We have a VIP group and a regular client group. And I'm feeling community in there. I am definitely feeling like there's engagement. People are commenting on people's stuff. Like, it's not like they're just posting and then bolting out of there. Like, people are actually going through the group feed. I feel like there is a sense of community, and I really know what's going on with people in that group. I actually really like it because it's small, and I feel like it's really intimate. So in terms of some of those bigger groups, I feel like some people can get lost along the way. And I know for a fact, I have a ton of people who are in our Facebook group that are not getting the service that they should be getting from me, because I can't identify where they're at on their journey unless they're telling me. And I can have a way better pulse check on my clients and an easier system without having to go and learn MailChimp, without having to go and learn an email system. Everything is right within bod groups. I can check in with everyone super quick, send them little like motivational messages, even if I wanted to. Hey, get your butt out of bed and go work out. Like, however you speak to your clients, it's so easy to be able to go and speak to them. So I think overall, like it's really just going to help us again take that workload off of having to message everybody individually over on Facebook, having to make sure that we transfer them over. I think it'll be super streamlined if everything works out that the way that they say it's going to. I'm very hopeful, but let's let it like work out its glitches a little bit before we all go 100% all in on it, I would say. I see a lot of like, I'm super scared, I'm super nervous. It'll be totally fine.
Can I just address for my team? Sorry, Kaylee. I just wanted to address for my team on here that I'm like Shalene, I'm gonna keep my FitLife group open just because some of you are on here. I'm gonna keep FitLife open, so don't feel like you have to migrate all your people out of there. That's gonna be my overarching group, and I'm gonna do program specific in the Challenge Tracker app or BOD groups. Darn, I'm gonna have a hard time transitioning that over. But I think that works better because I really like to have a good handle when someone's in a specific program as to where they're at for that particular program. Because in my Facebook group, it's just kind of, there's an understanding that like you don't have to do your workouts every day. Like that's kind of what I've set in there, that people don't feel that stress of having to do their workouts every day, you know, like they're just kind of in there to be like, I'm really just enjoying my workouts, loving this community, and I want to keep that up. So I don't want them to feel like they have to go into an app and feel the overwhelm of having to now track everything, right? So I'm going to keep that for a little while just based on the community that I built there and the culture that I have in there. So for any of my coaches on here, that's going to stay open unless it's a program specific one.
And I think too that like we talked on the Diamond call today, and we talked about the idea, I know there's a lot of other leaders who are leaving a Facebook group open, but it's more of a community. And think of like a free community that you're a part of on Facebook. There's so many personal development, like Rachel Hollis has one. There's so many bloggers that have Facebook communities. And it is a group that is open, but it's a little bit more relaxed. And it's a place where they can go to connect with everybody. You can pop in there if you wanted to with like events or fun things. You could go live in that space if you wanted to, but that becomes that community feel if you want to have somewhere for everyone to kind of be captured. And that's like an additional offering that you have as a coach. I think that would be like the optional thing, but I really feel like people are still keeping Facebook groups as that complementary to BOD groups. Because I for sure know that BOD groups is not going to be everyone's jam. Like some people are just not going to want to track everything. It's going to be our job to encourage them to make sure that they are tracking, because that's what's going to get them results. You track, they're going to get results, and then they transition into the coaching opportunity. And I think we're missing some of that transition into the coach opportunity because we're lacking the whole get results piece, because we don't have a great pulse check in the Facebook groups. So it is like this chain reaction, right? But yeah, I really feel like overall, it's up to you and how you want to do it. And you really have the option. And if you don't want to run a BOD group, you can still do the Facebook group. If it's not your jam, you can still do the Facebook group. It's totally cool. You can make this work for whatever works for your business. And if you don't love it and you try one group for the month of May and you're like, can't do it yet, stay with Facebook. That is okay. Don't feel like you have to switch if this is something that is like really just debilitating your work and your progress in your business. You can stick with what works until you're ready to move for that next step. So don't feel like it has to be this massive overhaul right away. Any other questions on that?
I just want to add to that. Like, I think that with BOD groups or My Challenge Tracker app, you can still kind of make it your own space. You don't have to feel like it has to be like a Beachbody process. I know with our group, me and Marisol and Cresta, like we still do Transformation Tuesday posts. We still do Thirsty Thursday posts. Like you can schedule in similar to Facebook and still keep it fun and light and what you want. So don't feel like you have to follow Beachbody's challenge group guides to what they think it should be. It can be your own group.
I love that. And you can personalize anything that goes in there. The other really cool feature, and this is where MBF, I'm like super excited for it, because when you start a group and you schedule you can literally schedule out all your posts just like you do in Facebook groups. So you schedule all of it out. I plan like an hour a week to go through and I schedule my posts out. Then when you open a second group, you can copy and paste those posts into your next group. So your second month group within BOD groups is done in like minutes. It is so fast to copy and paste those groups. So you can literally just run the MBF and MBFA every other month and continue those on. And once you set up your first month, super simple to continue on for the month after. So that piece is really, really cool. And I've even noticed that just now, even within my challenge tracker app, you have that option now. So I know how that feature works, and it's beautiful. Saves so much time. But you really can. You can make it whatever you want. You don't even have to run a challenge group guide from Beachbody or program specific. If you want to run a 3-day refresh group in there, we're going to do one. So it's coming out, information coming soon. You guys can jump in on that. But you know, you can run a free group in BOD groups. And when you run a free group, everybody actually signs up for an account. It is a free account and they're automatically assigned to you. And you can do whatever you want. You could talk about intermittent fasting. You could talk about whatever your jam is. I really think there's a place for us to get creative with this and to be able to make it work how it needs to work for you and your business. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be something that is an offering that it's an exclusive app. People like apps. People, you know, for me, it's like to say that I have an exclusive app to offer you when you join our team instead of just a Facebook group. I feel like an exclusive app is like, that is value add. Anything else?
The 3-day refresh is on sale right now, right?
Yes,
It
10%.
has 10% off.
Correct. Yeah, so we're looking at doing a 3-day refresh group. I need to pull the dates together and I'll post it in Fame Jam Empire, but after the May long weekend, so May, what was the date, Shorty? 19th? The Tuesday.
Yeah.
After the long weekend. We're looking at doing that. Shipping is like really behind. It's at least a week behind right now. And so we want to make sure we have a ton of time for orders. So looking at orders in by Tuesday, so like 1 week for people to order, and then running a group May, I think it's the 19th, whatever that Tuesday is. Thanks, Trish. Yes, the shipping. We're trying to give ourselves lots of time on that. So hopefully it works. But I'll send information out in the Fame Jam Empire team page and the chat for you guys so that you have it all.
We are planning on doing that as a BOD group, correct? Okay, so yeah, that's kind of how we will how I'm personally going to transition. You know, for us, I'm always like, get on the next program. To everybody in our VIP accountability group, I'm like, you got to get on the next program. You'll fall off track, blah, blah, blah. And they believe me and they understand that that's true too. So I feel like for the challenge tracker app, I think every launch I have, I'll launch with the intention to put it in a BOD group because we're getting so big where we are that it's just like, we were discussing the other day, like we can't keep adding people here. We need a new space. This is too big. There's too much. So, but I've seen the other side of it too. I've been in a challenge tracker app and I know people on it that are not happy. So I think if we bring what we bring to our Facebook groups in a BOD group, it's not going to matter what platform we use because you guys are all rock stars and you all know how to support your clients and you know how to pour into people and you love what you do. So I'm not going to get hung up on where we're doing it. I think if we do what we do and the way we always do it, it'll work wherever we go.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, right? It's like you're going to bring your style, you're going to bring your flair, and it's going to be how you lead it. And if you have a rockin' Facebook group now, you're going to have a rockin' BOD group. Like, it's just the way that it is, and a rockin' BOD. I said it, and I was like, oh gosh, that sounds weird. But I really feel that. And I think that it'll be important for you guys to transition some people over there. But I think it's also important to help empower your coaches to run their own groups. And you'll see that, you know, after a year or two of being a coach, your groups start to get really, really big because we have all of our coaches then start adding their people into our space. And it's great. That is how we want the process to go. But after a couple months of adding into your coach's accountability group, you should be at the place where you're starting to think about pairing off with somebody else in this group or on this team. It doesn't have to be with your coach. It can be literally anybody on this team. Start to pair off with like 2, 3, or 4 people, and you guys start a success squad, and you have a chat together, and you guys support each other in your business activities, and you guys run a group together, because there's power in that. And you will feel like such a leader when you start leading your own groups. For newer coaches, ignore what I'm saying. Stay under your coach group. Don't worry about that process yet. But after a couple of months, the point is that you get to the point where you're finding your style and you're finding your flair, and you're starting to learn, okay, this is what I really like about this group, but I would actually add this into my group. And you go and you do that. And you find other people on this team who kind of have that same style as you, or maybe they complement it really well. And someone's like awesome with nutrition stuff, and you're like, I hate posting recipes. And someone else is really, really great at like mindset. And the two of you pair up, and now you have a beautiful offering. So really, really consider that, especially when your groups are getting massive. Like Sean, Kaylee, I know your groups are massive too. And like maybe coming up with a plan for some of your downline coaches to start to pair off and empower them to build their own bod groups and have their clients housed there, so that the group isn't as massive and it's not as much workload for 3 or 4 people, right? So something to consider. Leverage when you're inviting, promoting your group in your stories. Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's so cool to be able to show the Challenge Tracker app in your stories. So many people are like, what is that? What are you doing? What are you using? It's like a new thing where you show a Facebook group, and I don't even show the Facebook group because it's so private, but I can show my own login so much easier on the Challenge Tracker app. And that's really where the engagement comes from. Screen record. When you go to add into your challenge group, screen record and then add it to your stories. It's awesome. Okay, anything else? I think overall you guys want training on bod groups. So go watch the training first that was given from Beachbody. I think that is the most important thing to do. And then I think Shorty and I, what we can do is we can provide you guys kind of like our firsthand what happens on Monday, as I take a deep breath, to see like what that integration looks like, and to help you guys, we can move forward to help you guys on how to set up your own groups. But a lot of information's in the back office. You just have to go in there and look at the FAQs and the training on it. It's all there for you guys. Anything else, you guys? This is a good chat. Thank you. All right. Okay, I'll let you go. We're officially 5 minutes over our time. But that was because of all the recognition. So you guys are rocking it. We still have however many days left in this month. We're only in week 3. Let's finish the month strong. And you guys know how to get a hold of us if you ever have questions. So I'll post the recording of this for everyone who couldn't make it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Bye, guys.